On Monday, March 27th, 6 people were killed in a mass shooting at the Covenant Christian School in Nashville. 3 of those victims were just 9 years old. A tragedy sent shockwaves across Tennessee and the entire country. Now, some parents worry even more so about their children's safety while at school. Joining us this afternoon is Knox County School Superintendent Dr. John Rysewyk. Dr. Rysewyk, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
Always a tough topic to discuss, but in light of what happened at the Covenant School in Nashville, has the district reevaluated its safety plan for schools?
That's a great question. I mean, you know, obviously our hearts continue to go out to the folks in Nashville for that event, and just want to say that first. And you know, I think anytime these situations happen, you know, safety is something that everyone's is constantly on my mind, constantly on the mind of our leaders at the school system. So I think when these things happen, you do, but I'll say it's not like we had to reset to do that. It's what we do all the time. So we have looked at those things, and you know, really kind of the way that works in a district is every school has its individual plan. You know, we have 90 schools, and they're very different on how much land's around them and all those kinds of things, and just how they're situated, how they're built. So we do submit those plans annually. They're reviewed by our security team. They're reviewed by the school leadership. They're reviewed by our security officers, as well as Knox County Sheriff's Department and Knox County Police Department. So we feel really good about the plans and have always felt good about those. But again, you always are constantly looking at that and what do we learn when these events happen that we might want to think forward about. So we continue to do these.
Does each school in Knox County have a school security guard, if you will?
We do. We do. That's I know, you know, there's lots of different things out there. You know, we're blessed in a community that really values security and has for a long time. And so we are kind of ahead of a lot of communities when it comes to that. So we do have a security officer at every school.
Governor Bill Lee has proposed $30 million going to school security. Among the things he is proposing, it's 122 Homeland Security agents. That's just one of the many not issues, but things that he is proposing to better strengthen schools, make them safer. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, we applaud the governor for understanding that importance. You know, and lots of the things that are proposed in that, we already do, which is a good thing. And I think there's other smaller counties that probably don't do as much of that. But we're anxious to receive those extra supports. We don't know exactly what that means at the local level yet. But we're anxious to receive those. And again, it will just continue. You know, safety is not a thing that you ever arrive at. It's always layers to continue to add more and more to that. So we'll see what this means for us at this level, and then we'll move forward with some additional plans.
Do you think there's ever a point that there are too many layers, in that a school is supposed to be a place where kids can go, they learn, they have fun, they are with their friends, it's a community gathering place? Could it ever get to the point that it's so fortified that it's no longer what we perceive as a school, if you will?
No, that's a great question, and we do think about that. I mean, that is important. There are always measures you could put in place, but to your point, they can kind of institutionalize school or kind of make restrictions to, you know, we always want situations where students can play on playgrounds. We want people to be able to, you know, go outside. We want to be welcoming to the public when they come in and do all those kinds of things, and that's important because schools are community-based. We continue to take those measures that we feel give us those best opportunities to do that, while still making things as normal as possible. And you know, there may be stretches where we have to do some additional measures, and I think, you know, we try to communicate that out and let families, you know that, so they understand that lots of times they're temporary based on something we feel we need to do. That happens sometimes on things like evacuations or lockdowns. Those kinds of things are, most of the time, those are precautionary based on something that we've looked at, and we try to return to normal as quickly as we can.
All right. Dr. John Rysewyk, we always appreciate your time and your insight. Thank you.
Appreciate it.